Hi guys, it's Emily from Novell Novels and welcome to today's video. This is Disabilities, My Story. I know that you guys, obviously, if you watch my videos for my goals this year, I would like to read more books about disabilities. I'd like to learn more about them. I would like to see more disability rep in books and read books by disabled authors. I've already started and I've got a few books in mind which I'll show you, but I want to talk about why it's so passionate for me. I want to improve the awareness about disabilities, talk about my own ones and my story and why it means so much to me to get people aware of disabilities, and why it would also mean a lot to me to see it more in books and to be represented properly. Because I don't know about you guys, but if any of you out there have any disabilities, we know that we do not want to be pitied. I never asked for that. My disabilities are partly my own fault, which I'll explain in a bit. So I would like to see positive disability rep. I'd like to see reps of women and men and everyone be feeling like that it's not this big burden on them, that we can talk about disabilities, not be ashamed of our disabilities, and yet people feel that people understand them. Some people's disabilities are easy to see, some are not. And I think it's very important that we are aware to be very careful with our words that we use, the way we treat people that are disabled, and improve our awareness and understanding of what each person may be going through. Now, I'll tell you, obviously, some of you know my story, some of you have been my friends on here for a long time, so you understand and you know a bit more. But just for those new subscribers, because I've gained a fair few this last year, I want to talk about what happened to me. I'm going to show you some books that I've got about with disabilities and how, and I appreciate any recommendations in the comments below. That would be fantastic. If you know any more books by disabled authors, books about disabilities, or anyone that you think I should read, I would really appreciate that, because that's something I really want to grow on this year. But here we go, my story. I was 18. I'm 42 this year, so that's going to make it, oh God, it's going to make it like 24 years this year. That's quite a scary thought. And I walked across the road 3 days before Christmas and got hit by a car. It was very bad weather. My last memory of that day is being at my work at the time. I'd had a really bad day. Not got on with my manager, didn't get on with him anyway. Had a really bad day, wanted to get home, got off the bus, could have used the sensible route and walked under the underpass. Didn't, cross the main road. And these are the consequences of that action. I've got a fair few, so be warned guys. If you're squeamish, fast forward a few minutes. We believe the way I got hit because of my injuries is that it was hit that side, because my knee, which I know a fair few of you know, got hit on that side. I've got a skin graft on my knee, which has caused other problems. And I am, but we believe I went like that because that side of my head got hit. That elbow got shattered, broke that, and the elbow that shattered damaged all the nerves going down to this hand. It's damaged it quite badly, to the point when it took a lot of rebuilding to me to be able to use my hand. Sometimes still, when the weather's playing up or if I've not been doing my exercises, I can't always feel my two of my fingers, because they discovered that one of the fractures didn't heal in the right place and has killed some of the nerves that go down to my fingers. So that was a part of the injury. We believe, obviously you guys know about the skin graft and the fact that I ended up having one DVT, so the clot on my knee that moved up to my lungs a few weeks after the accident. But I had the skin graft on my knee because it's very bad. It got very badly damaged. Must have been the way I landed. My optic nerve got cut, so I'm completely blind in this eye. My hearing nerve got cut, which we didn't discover for quite a long time, nearly 20 years after the accident, about 15 to 20 years after the accident we discovered that. Because I knew straight away I was deaf in it and I had tinnitus, but they were just accusing me of like bursting the eardrum and they thought it'd get better. But I kept saying I can't hear out that ear. So it was only when my lovely partner Chris, who's been amazingly supportive of my disabilities, encouraged me to get it checked out at a hospital, Royal Berks. They were really brilliant. I owe them a lot. They discovered that the hearing and balance nerve got cut, because we believe my head went cha-ching, cha-ching, and it's cut the hearing and balance nerve to that ear. So I am completely deaf in that ear. There's certain screechy sounds I can hear, but I am deaf in that ear. And I also suffer from balance issues. Balance issues with a dodgy knee can be very interesting, because that's another reason why, and only having one eye, that I am very I fall over very easily. This used to be a great pulling line with the blokes, because I used to get men to hold my hand when I'm walking up and down the stairs, because I can't see. I've got very little depth perception. So predominantly my disabilities are that I am partially blind and partially deaf. Bad luck was that it was all on one side because of how I got hit. So I'm completely blind in this eye. I can't see anything. When I'm tired, the muscles are very weak in that eye, so my pupil will go all the way into that corner, and sometimes the eye shuts. My eye also can get quite dry. I work in an optician's, and yet I should know to put more drops on my eyes, but I don't always, so I get told off by by some of my colleagues, because I get quite dry eyes. And I've got corneal scarring now because of how bad, obviously, it's been that my eyes dried out so badly that my eye does look a bit funny. But the hearing loss is again complete. So when people come up to me on that side, I can't see or hear them. Sometimes my colleagues and friends make me jump and think it's funny, and sometimes it is funny. I've learned to make the best of it, and I jump. Sometimes it isn't funny because I can fall over, or I get a bit scared. My kids, so they know how to manipulate it. If I'm in a good mood, I can take it. If I'm in a bad mood, I can't. Now, the other disability is that I have a brain injury. I don't know if that's a disability or not. I have a brain injury, in the fact that my frontal lobe cortex got damaged in the accident, which means I get tired easily. Which, going on with the stress of recently, I've proved that it's proved hard again. My concentration span can be quite short, which is funny with reading. It really is weird. When I'm tired, my emotions are literally it's like I can be very high and very low, and my friends and family that are very close to me know that we have to keep me on an even playing field, because the highs can be exceptional, but when I get a crashing low, I go to pieces. I can be very low, and I mean very, very low. But I've talked about that more in my mental health videos. But yeah, that's again my problems, is that with the health, I can find things hard. I don't always deal with things straight away, so sometimes it can be the little things. I'm very chatterbox, as you guys well know. I'm a big time chatterbox, but I can be not the best at telling people when things are really wrong. I would rather sort of be a bit snappy or hide. I tend to go into hiding when things are wrong. I don't deal with them. That's also a bit of a family trait. If you know me and my family, we do have a bit of a habit of not always talking to people when we're feeling that are rubbish. But being a mum, I've had to put that to one side. But the disabilities about the sight and hearing loss have proved challenging. But I have been one of these people that you tell me I can't do something, I'm going to darn well prove you wrong. When they said after the accident I wouldn't be able to use this hand, and they gave me a splint, and they were like, you've got all these exercises to do. I was only 18, you know, I was at the peak. My life was just supposed to be starting. I was supposed to be going clubbing and having a life, and everything changed that moment. But my mum, she was my rock, and she was like, do you know what, we can prove them wrong. We can get you doing this. And every step of the way, she has been right by my side. Her and Charlie, my sister, and Vicky as well, my other sister. My two sisters have been right by my side, giving me that support every step of the way. We've proved them wrong. We've kept me going. I never dreamt that I would have two beautiful children. I never dreamt that I would be able to be a mum. And I thought that what if that was another area of me that got damaged in the accident? And it's proved a battle. There are battles I have, like I can't always pour drinks. Like my drinks are always a bit shallower because I can't get the depth perception right. I spill hot drinks at times. I used to spill it a lot more, but I don't so much now because I've got very bad depth perception. I've got, like I said, the hearing loss, so sometimes it can work in my favour. I can pretend I've not heard someone telling me to do something. Sometimes I can. Sometimes Chris reckons that sometimes my hearing has a very weird habit of being able to hear certain things and not other things. Like with my kids, I can hear everything they do. they hate it because my ears seem to perk up. That good ear can perk up and hear everything they're doing. And if they're whispering, it's like, what are you doing? What are you up to? I know something's going on. But it has made me hyper aware as a mum that I don't want to miss anything. Because of my knee injury over the last years, I have been on crutches at times. So that's been another thing I've related to people with mobility issues. I was on crutches for a very long time. Thanks to some amazing people at St George's and my consultant at Royal Berks, I got that treated. I've got my little pack. I've got my little pack in my back, and I'm having that treated. But I am also under the chronic pain barrier, so I will live with pain for the rest of my life because I had a second DVT, unfortunately. So I understand mobility issues. I'm like I said, I got the gift. I got this amazing procedure. Otherwise, I would have potentially been on crutches for life. I could have lost my job. There's so many things that could have changed because I might not just might have lost it, but I might not have been able to physically do it. I only work part-time because I know that for starters I've got childcare, but also physically I wouldn't be able to manage it all the time because I get tired. I can tell by the end of my shifts I'm starting to get tired and I have to up the zapper. And I'm so lucky. My colleagues are so amazing. They're so supportive of me. And they know when to say, look, sit down, up your zapper, have a rest. You can get on with it. And they've been amazing. I'm the luckiest girl in all the world for that. And my family know that when I get tired, I have to go and stop. I have to because of all my injuries. If I can, otherwise it's like a sensory overload if I don't stop myself and have a rest. This channel has helped me a lot because I've finally found people on here that it's funny, I can talk to your screen like this and I can tell you guys what's going on. When I was doing an Insta Live the other night, I found it really challenging and it was scary and I felt very raw, very real. Were people listening? What was going to happen? Do people like me? I have a very low self-image because of my disabilities and because I was bullied because of them. I was bullied when I was a child anyway, but because of my injuries, it got worse at times and not everyone understood. People will either be poor you, and I don't want, no offence, yes, it's nice sympathy, I do love it, but I'm not feeling sorry for myself. That will get me low anyway. It's the people that go, you can do this, you are capable. That kind of boosting up, that you can do this, we are here, we're right by your side. That amount of support that you guys have given me, my friends and family have given me, Chris has given me, my kids have given me, I can't thank you all enough for that. Chris he's not perfect. Don't you think I'm raving on about him and think he's perfect. He's got his own issues, which I will never share on here because it's personal to him. But he is the first male I was ever with, I had a bit of a bad history before him, that understood me for me, took me for me and said, let's see your disabilities, let's prove them wrong, let's see what we can do, let's support you. He when I say I can't do something because of my sight loss, he puts his hand over his eyes, he tries to cover his eye, and he tries to imagine what it's like for me. He taught me how to play pool, which was something I didn't think I could do. Roll on when we can do it again, I'd love to have a good go. Something that's challenging because it's the depth perception and things like that. And he's taught me how to do lots of things. He won't let my disabilities get to me. He's determined on that. And that's something I love about him. He's never, talk of the devil, he's just walked in, so you're going to hear a bit of noise in a minute. But he's been really supportive of that, so I'm really grateful. Anyway, because he is in, I better tell you the books and talk about that. First book is the one that I've just finished that's got some good disability rep, and this is 1000 Stars in You, and this has got the rep for it's mobility issues. There's a guy that's been amputated in this, and there's a woman that's got scarring. So this has got really positive disability rep because he doesn't feel sorry for himself, the guy in this, and he's really great. The first book that I would say that really, really I am passionate about, and you know it's my favourite book ever, is A Curse of Dark and Lonely, because Harper in this has got cerebral palsy, and she doesn't let her cerebral palsy affect her. She fights back, and she's a strong woman, and I love her in that. I've just been sent this by Clint for my Christmas present, and this is a lyrical tale will leave you hopes and boys, and this is about a boy who says that in a number of words he's got a unique condition that leads him to count every letter spoken to him. It's a quirk that makes him the prime target of bullies and continual frustration. I can't wait to read this. Clint thinks I'm going to love it, and that's a young people's disability book, a YA book, so that's one I can't wait to read. Now, I know some friends have told me about, I think it's Leo that told me about John Milton. He was a blind author, but it might be someone else. And this is a classics, and he's written I think it's poetry, and he was blind when he wrote this, so I'm going to determine to read this. And a book that I can't wait to read, that Chloe from Chloe Reads Books told me about. And this is about Steffi doesn't talk, Reese can't hear, they understand each other perfectly. Love isn't always lightning strike, sometimes it's the rumbling roll of thunder. So this has another disability rep. I've also got a book on my shelves that I'm going to be reading in March, which is the Get a Life Chloe Brown, that she's got chronic pain rep. The third book in the series has got autism rep. I don't know about the second one, but I've got it. So that's got more rep in it. These are the kind of books that I want to read about. These are the kind of things that I want. I want to show positive disability rep and reps on how we can support people, because let's do that. Let's support people with disabilities. Let's support each other. And if there's anything you guys want to know, sorry, Chris is about to come in the door, I think. I'm recording. Just to let you know, Chris, I'm recording. I'm just recording. Just to say that I think if we can support each other, if we can read more books on disabilities with people, if you've got any questions about their disabilities, ask them. People don't mind being asked, but don't feel that it's something you have to avoid. If people are in wheelchairs, let's say, how can we help you? Is there anything we can do? Don't just try and do things for people automatically. That we don't always want things done for us. We want people to say, what can we do? We want the questions. I find people, it's not everyone, but I know that it's easy to talk to a disabled person's carer than talk to them. But that's something that I know when I was in my crutches and stuff, people talked to my mum, and when I was at all the hospital appointments, people talked to my mum and not me, and I was like, excuse me, I'm here. Your disability's not made you invisible. It's just made it a bit different. And let's see if we can get more partners like Chris, who told me that I can do things and it's supported me. Let's see if we can support our friends and family. Let's learn more about disabilities. Let's find ways of helping people. My job, I help people with sight losses. So I do meet some people with sight losses and hearing losses in my job, and I try and be the supportive. I try and work things out so that we can make their lives easier and better. And I don't do the pom-pom routine, because that's not what people need. But we can do this. We can get disability awareness, and that's something on my channel I'm going to work on this year. Get as much disability awareness out there, read as much books on it that I can, and support other people. Let's do this. Let's be the community that supports all people that need it. We can do this. We're a great community. Let's share the love and grow the strength. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, not subscribed yet, ring on my ding-a-ling, and I'll see you all soon. Bye bye.